ho no sena matla go bala teng, so ona o entse hantle robala mo mo a tswang yo like monna mang ha wa robetse kae tja ha ke tlela lona mona. Thank you there. Just kindly do subscribe and interact in the intersection. Hey everyone, my name is Paulina Sejanamani. I'd like to say thank you very much for clicking on this video. And if you're new here on my channel, I'd like to say welcome, and please don't forget to subscribe if you do enjoy my content, okay? And on this video, we're going to be chatting about marriage, everything that's got to do with marriage, okay? Yes, I'll be talking about when my husband and I met, why we ended up getting married, how we got married, how our parents took it, and every nitty-gritties that's got to do with marriage. So we'll be talking about that. And when you see me looking down, just know that I am just referring to my little notebook. The first topic is, okay, so my husband and I met on stage. Actually, he was 23 and I was 18. So yeah, I was still in high school at that, and we actually met on stage because we were both performers. We were performing that night. We met through a mutual friend of ours. But on that first day, I just like to say my husband and I, we both had quit the first day we met, and we've been hooked onto each other since then. And yeah, so we met, it was on the 24th of December in the late hours, I remember quite well, and we just sort of like hit it off. It was really cool, and he was in a little rapper, and I was also rapping at that time, and it was really nice. That's all I'm gonna say. It was really nice. The second topic is, well, my husband and I, it wasn't like a traditional marriage type of situation. My husband and I, we didn't even like tell both our parents. He didn't tell his parents and I didn't tell my parents that we were getting married. We got married when we were, well, I was 25 and he was 30. My love language is taking care of the person that I love in a way that I would clean for them. I would like, just love them wholeheartedly. I will clean for them. I would cook for them. I would just, tell them how much I love them, and also show them I'd be for them when they need me or even just want me. And I'd also take notes when they don't want me around, and I would also just like give them space, because at times space not to do bad things, even if it is to do bad things. But we are not Siamese twins, we're not joined to the hip, so that's what I'm trying to say. Yes, but when we got married, my husband and I, the time he proposed to me and said, look, I think this is time, and would you be my wife? And I was like, yeah, MF, it's about time. I've been waiting for this, because I sort of like told myself that, you know what, at 25 I want to be married and have a child. And it actually happened. I didn't tell him that I wanted to be married at 25. The only thing I used to tell him is that when I reach 25, I want to have my firstborn, right? But the person I was before that is that I was not a baby kind of person. I've never ever gotten broody over, I've never like looked at babies and just gone broody over them and everything. No, that was never me, but I had said it in my mind, and maybe that was me manifesting, but I didn't know. But yeah, I we then got married when I was 25. Razamaya, we went to the court of law, uh, and we got married without our parents knowing. His brother knew, his late brother Elton knew, and my sister Joy knew, right? But they couldn't be there to be our witnesses. So I called this other friend of mine. She's an old friend, Zanele. I called her. I can't remember the guy he called, but yeah, they were our witnesses. I don't know. John, this was so spontaneous. Guys, okay, so the guy, and it just so happened that we didn't even know the witness when we got married there. It was like we just came to get married. But now about for like other people. And then I quickly picked up my phone, called up my friend, and was like, yo, what you doing? She was like, nah, I'm just chilling. I was like, come here. Reha commissioner re tlo nyalana. Okay, she was like, girl, why? I was like, word. And she didn't hesitate. She came, and then we got married. Oh, before that, the guy, I don't know what he went to do there, because I can't remember, but it was that spontaneous. Okay, so we got married that day, and we got our little marriage certificate same day. I can't remember, but then what had happened is so there was this lady Anna Enemo and her witness, right? I can't even remember. I'm so sorry. The person who got us married, Mo Ubizwa A. That lady, Wamo Obanyadisa Mbato, Baranyadisa, now le witness Yahae, me, my witness, my husband, and his witness, right? And then there's a whole clause. There's a whole clause that talks about marriage, the things that goes into marriage, things like that explains in community of property, and it explains like it goes into detail about the type of marriage we were going into, right? So because there was no customary marriage, it was like strictly lawful, right? Yeah, so my husband and I got married, and we signed, and also our witnesses signed. I think like the certificate, I can't even remember, I'm so sorry, but the certificate, and yeah, and that was that. And when we got married, my baby was like a month old, because in July, not even a month old, like maybe a few weeks. In July, 13, right? So, August on the 9th, right? So that was that, man. And I went there with my baby. My baby, I can remember. Guys, we were not even dressed for the occasion. We just wanted this to be like done, signed. Listen to this, right? His parents are not traditionalized, like traditional people, like my dad. My dad is a very traditionalized person, and he's all about Melao, yeah, but he didn't know anything about that. His mom, well, the reason why I didn't tell my dad, it was because I just felt like he wouldn't approve of it, and this is what I wanted. Well, I understand in that case. That was the only reason, like he was gonna be like, no, Paulina, how dare you get married? Like this guy hawana habansa mahadi. No one knows about this, and when y'all are getting married without our blessings, this that. Do I understand? And on his side of the family, it was a whole completely different story. It wasn't even about the church not approving. It was not about um yeah, man, I'll tell you the reason why he didn't tell his parents, right? It was because he had a child who was in, I can't remember how old Maria was, but yeah, at that time he was still, or was he? No, he wasn't in a relationship with the baby mama anymore, because we had fought with the baby mama, and we eventually moved to Rustenburg to go work there, right? Mining, both of us. And yeah, the reason why he didn't tell his parents is because his mom and dad, like his side of the family, banebasa badinna as his woman, right? The baby mama, right? Yeah, but keep in mind that they knew about me having a child. They saw the child, like the baby Diamond and everything, but they just preferred the baby mama, because maybe they had like a close relationship, her side of the family, I don't know, but I'm thinking that's the story. Because my husband's mother once told him that Mwana has linyalo, right? And yeah, man, he once just told her that Mwana has linyalo, and I think that's the reason why my husband was just like, oh well, then whatever that had happened, and my child udula heso yena, right? My child udula heso, so meaning I can move on, because I mean, you know. So yeah, man, that's how my husband and I got married. So if anyone wants to know, we are still married, and we've been married for 13 whole years now. And marriage life from the start up until now, I'm just gonna break it into like segments so that y'all can understand better. But first, I'm going to talk about myself so that you understand the kind of person I am, because it's not going to be the same to everyone, right? And this that I'm talking about, guys, it does not say every marriage is like this. So I'm just merely talking about us, my husband and I's marriage, how we cope and how we deal with situations, right? So I'd say the first couple of years with my husband, let me say like the first 2-3 years, it was cool, really. Like, it's not like it wasn't something new. There was really nothing. How do I say this? There's really nothing to write home about those first years. It wasn't like a honeymoon phase, because my husband and I have been staying together for like 2 years before that, right? Before him and I got married, we stayed together for like 2 years. And then our biggest fights weren't really about ourselves, but they were actually caused by family. And when I say family, I'm gonna say his side of the family, because my side of the family weren't really into like how should I put it? Like I hope, how do I say it in English or Sesotho? Bana ba sa kena taba tsa rona, ke be jwalo bana. Bana ba sa kena taba tsa rona. And if they had anything to say, they wouldn't even say it to me. Maybe more understand. Because I remember this one time, my little sister said to me, hey, Stevie is not happy about you being married, because I told her, I was like, hey, look, sis, we married. And she's like, Lenyalane, unyalane le mang. I understand. I told her, I was just like, you little bee. I went like yeah, that's how it went. And when it came to um I can like the fights, like okay, most of the problems that we would like encounter or have in our marriage was caused due to us interacting or trying to interact with his side of the family, because they'd show us like time and time again who are like, we do not approve of this, and his mom was like, nah, and your dad and I didn't give you blessings for this, and the way you keep on thing, like it's not gonna go anywhere. Well, I understand. And well, kiruna banana, you know, like I usually say, hore, blessings from people, balifasi, are not really what we think they are. But I would say it would have been really nice if they were to give us their blessing, just to say, ah, you know what, congratulations, or even not congratulations, just that kapabare fela, like, oh lingala, oh okay, wow, waban, kapa, not even give us a hard time because we decided to get married. I understand. um and like I'm saying, the blessings from parents or the church or wherever, they, to us, they really didn't make a lot of difference. They didn't bring a lot of change, not even like a peace. Well, understand, because like the more to in our marriage is, I think like it's more like we are getting into a lot of fights together. We lay here, you know, like we'd go to his house, and you know, yo guys, I remember this one time. I remember this one time, I really have one. I can't remember what it was for. Maybe it was like Christmas. Went there, and I was there all alone the whole day. Like, remember, I could be more tomorrow, right? I could be more. How I'm taking it back. Like, okay, apart from but my family, I'm talking about like people our age, and you know, the neighbors, and so I don't know those people. I only know like his family, Waban. And I remember that day we were just sitting, and I ended up sleeping Kisamona for like a very long time, guys. For hours, and then eventually we went to sleep, and I was like, like I am so lonely yet I understand. Fine, like it was nice. It was a nice visit. Like honosna it was sorry, it was a really nice and welcoming visit. And then, guys, I went to sleep. He hasn't been there for Christmas is very busy. Happy to Zela. I'm not happy, happy, but I can about. And I'm so alone. Like, I'm just looking at people. Like, it was such a cold Christmas in December, South Africa, and you know, Christmas December, South Africa, but for me that day it wasn't nice. And then we went to sleep. Guess what? I'm thinking, maybe he'll come back. Waban, he'll come. Not maybe. He will come back. Waban, keep see you. He has to come and sleep. And then we wake up in the morning. When I open my eyes, I'm like, this man is not here. How are you? Sure. Oh. How are you? And then he gets home right? Like maybe a few hours later, I was like about 6:30 more, you know, I feel like about to 8, right? And I'm like, but also and everything. And his mom overhears our conversation, and then she comes and she's like, so o entse hantle robala mo mo tswa kae monna mang ha wa robetse kae guys, I don't just ding. So ngwana a itshwereng hantle ha re ka re fela go mme wa hae but o sile ke le mo ke no o sile ke le mo mona o si a le mo jang ga le teng jo ha ke nka ha ke tlela lona mona ke tla se on this one not you a ka tlela wena jo ke feel like a renka etso a zanka bu ka thola pela ke ne le bohloko ha isa le bohloko. And then I remember like I asked him without his mother interfering in our conversations, because everyone we're killing thing she'd be there to like just make sure like harabui to say okay fine ay in a makas I'm like in a makatsa or na like sure Joa, okay then, but we did sort it out and everything, and you know it blew over. It was really not like a big of a deal. I understand, although like and it just blew over eventually. And what else can I tell you? Oh, okay, like financially my husband and I really wanna like re qalang re le babedi re ntse re putha re kopanya. I remember when we moved to Rustenburg together, I moved like a month later because he moved to Rustenburg, Nadula, his little sister and her husband, and then a month later I came. That's when he got like a 1-room apartment. Not even an apartment, it's a room, guys. Like it's very rooms we stayed there. Single bed 10 young way ya katlele guys and when we turned it's like, hey, wake up, we have to change. Hey, wake up. You couldn't like no, it didn't go like that. It was very curated. Sorry for the outside noise, guys. People are having fun by feet. So yeah man, the problems that we had, they weren't like, we've never had problems where like I myself wouldn't want to pass on, go like not even pass on. We've never had problems enough. Can you give these marital problems to your daughter? No, the same things that I've went through in my marriage, like they are not that big of a deal, guys. And mayalo has funny but more and I am not I am an overthinker. But I am also a person who thinks for the next person. I also put myself in their shoes. I try to resolve issues before I even start a fight. Well, I understand. I I talk to myself a lot, and I don't just utter words without thinking of the consequences, or you know how it would actually sit at to the next person, right? So yeah, man. Let me read you the next point. Okay, we've had infidelity in our marriage, but no, Janana, I wouldn't say we have, not that I know of, but everything in Elohore, like it was, infidelity. Ka hara lelapa la rona, ne? It was, I can, yeah, it's not a lot of, there was not a lot of infidelity in our marriage that I can put to you, because um from my side, ntho e ke e tsebang ka nna, right, ke hore nna ha ke rate ka nna, guys, ha ke batle ka nna, not because I'm married, and not because ke batla ho appeara ke le motho wa hantle setjhabeng. No, nna, the reason why I don't like cheating is because I don't like to be on the side of the question, why did you cheat? Why are you doing this to me? Don't you love me? Well, I understand. It's yo. Well, what did I do wrong? What am I not doing for you? Don't you like me? Don't you love me? Like, I don't want to be on that side of the fence where I'm the one who's supposed to be answering to those questions. And another thing, I'm very picky, and I'm selfish. I'm even selfish about who I interact with. Well, I understand. I am not for everyone. Like you're well, I understand me. It's all about me. It's not even about, like I'm saying, it's not even because I'm married or I'm afraid of like or I'm even like scared of what my kids might think of mommy or of me. No, it's not about that. I just don't like being on that side of the fence. And when it comes to my husband, he's had his fair share, but it wasn't things say long hore I would like leave my marriage for. Well, I understand most of the times, like even like, say most of the time, guys, I'm trying to remember like it's a thing, like I get but I just want to put them in a manner like it's not disrespectful. I'm not gonna be disrespecting my husband on the internet. I'm gonna expect to be close to him, and I understand I don't want to disrespect him. That's like we've both resolved the issues. Well, I understand. But what I'd say it wasn't issues like I would leave my marriage for. No. And a lot of times, like my husband and I have spoke. We talk a lot. Rabua, my husband and I, Rabua. And what I've realized, we know so much about each other that if you can watch some of our segments, relationships and beyond, right here on YouTube, you would see we do have some like we do have a segment more buang hore na, like what's our relationship or marriage pet peeves or deal breakers. Le tla di utlwa hona moo. Like we don't have like deal breakers. We honestly don't have, because the reason why I think we don't have is because we've never reached a certain point in our lives where we're like, okay, that's it, I'm out. No, no, we've never reached that point. And actually like went through with it or something. No, like it's never been that deep. And I'm very grateful for the kind of husband like Kimufue, and I'm also proud of the kind of wife I am to him. And the fact that one who everything, be it like social media, backlashes for from whoever, wherever, when he stands up for me, everywhere, all the time. That's like, yo, the guy I'm married to, guys. Yo, ke la ka sa ka renta Modimo aka etsa bana ba bang ba tshwana le, you know, and ke la ka sa like that thing like a lot of husbands or a lot of men, the good things that men have, they can just ooze out and the world would just be a better place, because we wouldn't all be looking at men as what do you call this, just sang, you know. And I also believe a lot of relationships or I believe when you look at one's relationship or marriage, do not look at it as your own, because it is not yours. You are not me, your man is not mine, so you don't know how we deal with things. And I also believe like maybe you will just realize your pet peeves, and sometimes just because you are staying, it doesn't mean you are stupid. You will get to a point like different about saying. Some people do divorce on because of money. Some divorce because of maybe saying into distance, and some divorce because of infidelity. Do you understand? So like honestly, we have never had that, but there was once a time, also not bad, also there was a time where he had gotten a job like it's very far from where I was staying, and he wanted to go there, and I was like, bruh, let me tell you, as young as you are, ne, I'm like 5 years younger than you. I'm still fresh, and I'm a woman. I'm a damn good looking woman. Well, I understand. And you know, I'm human. If you know, like you can do things, what more I understand. So I think like, should you go there, you are not gonna be taking one for the team. And you and I made a pact that the team first, the team being our marriage. We put our marriage first before, like a child, like a family. Na normal or na umang, well, understand, but in a good way, in a good way. That's us, and our kids also come first. Well, they come second in everything, because I've just realized they are also human. They are on earth for their greater purpose, as much as our greater purpose, but we are not going to stay or make them the bonding glue to our marriage. No, we don't do that. We don't do that. My husband and I are always on the same team. The kids are always like on their own team. I understand. And I'm not excluding this from, like, I'm not saying we are not doing our parental duties, we are, but when it comes to our love, lerato la rona la ka le la my husband, it doesn't include that of the kids. We do not put the kids as leveraged or whatever you might call it for our marriage. No, we are not together because we've got kids together. We are together because we love each other. We haven't stayed together because we have kids. No, I understand, because you feel with or without kids, with or without kids, if we love each other, we will still be together. Understand? Let me just put it like that, yo guys, without rambling. So okay, the last point being, my husband and I have one kid. He had before him and I even met. He had a child before him and I even met, right? She was 5 months when we met, and from day one, my husband and I have been Mumwana Lele Nala up until today. And I am proud to say, it's August. It's August. Like, why on earth didn't I do this video with my husband? But anyway, let's a segment already. Don't worry. Let's a segment together, and you will hear what he has to say about our marriage, right? And yeah, man, I'd just like to say thank you very much if you've watched up until this far. And yeah, man, love have to be love without other people's influences, and you have to give what you want. Again, you have to give what you want to receive. So yeah, man, thank you very much for watching. If you do love this vlog, don't forget to subscribe, interact in the comment section, and obviously I hope to see you on the next upload. Thank you. Bye.